NBS chatroom brought to you by
Radiant. Look good. Feel great.
Radiant is a brand of Movit product.
So finally, the end of year is here. It's December. It's the birth of Christ that happened yesterday. It brings so many things to mind and to light. I know it's been a very difficult year, just the same as 2020 was. But the beauty about this moment, it means that there are bigger promises, better promises lying ahead. So it is another episode of the chat room, but it's a special episode today because it is Christmas season. And every time it comes to Christmas, I feel like I want us to just share the story of Christmas, the story of Christ, the story of the birth of Christ, Joseph, Mary. Just, have a choir, have kids, and that's what we're all about today.
NBS chatroom.
By the way, this young lady here, she challenges me. She's only 8 years old, but she challenges me. She's super smart. And she won the title for Mini Miss Uganda in the recently concluded Little Miss Uganda. Hello, Grace Stewart Ninsima.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you? How have you been?
I've been good.
How was the race?
It was tight, but God's mercy helped me win.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was hard about it?
The children are so good and talented.
Yeah?
Yeah.
More talented than you.
No.
And that's why you're there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she's only 8 years old and she's the little mini Miss Uganda. And she, listen to this, she's for the climate. Yeah, she's a climate change activist at 8 years old. How? Why? What drew you to the climate?
Well, one day in the 2020 lockdown,
Yeah.
I was studying about pollution with my mom.
Yeah,
So I came across Greta Thunberg's video.
yeah.
And she's a 16-year-old climate change activist. She was by then. So it was talking about how she's school striked for the climate and sat in front of the Swedish parliament. By the end of her speech, I couldn't hold the tears in my eye socket
What was sad about it?
because people are destroying the environment
How?
by doing bad activities such as deforestation. Yeah, and also different carbons are going to destroy the ozone layer, making the earth get hotter and hotter. Them joining the greenhouse gases, making global warming to take place. Yeah.
And she's only 8. She's only 8. Every time I tell you guys Tutasovu Tonde, yeah, she's only 8 and she's that concerned. That's why I keep telling you Tutasovu Tonde for the future generation. And the future generation is also concerned about the future of our environment. So, sorry, I've got my allergies working me up here. That's why I sound nasolated. But I'm going to host her on another episode, a special episode of the chat room on another day, not today. I want to sit down with you on a special episode for a good 45 minutes and let's talk about the environment and your plans as the new mini Miss Uganda. Yeah?
Yes.
But very quickly, what are your plans in your reign? What did you want to do?
Well, I knew that it was a right for children to know about climate change, and when I became the main queen, I knew it would give me a platform to reach out to as many children as possible. So I thought I can write a book,
Oh,
and I'm already writing it. It's about
Tell.
climate change.
what?
So I knew that if at least a child buys the book, they will learn about climate change in a fun way because it has different stories and it's fun. Yeah.
I feel challenged right now. Do you feel challenged? I mean, what are you doing for your environment? Okay, today's episode is about Christmas. I'm going to have my darling here come in on one of the other episodes on the chat room and we shall talk about your reign and your mini Miss crown and all that. Today I want us to talk about Christmas. When I say, what is Christmas to you, what would you say to me?
Well, to me, Christmas is the most misinterpreted day because people think it's all about doing crazy things.
Crazy things like what?
Going for tour, drinking themselves, doing like having slumber parties. But to me, Christmas is all about celebrating the birth of Christ, and I think it's a time for Christians to ponder on their salvation journey with Christ. And also children should think about what Christ would like them to do, like sharing with the needy. Yes.
Again, I feel challenged. I mean, what are you doing for your children? What are you doing with your children? What are you teaching your children? How are you enlightening them about the several subjects that we have, including the environment, and also just the essence of Christmas? So what would you want to see? How would you want to see Christmas spent?
Well, I would like to tell people to have more time to think about Jesus and the birth of Jesus. And I would like them to ponder on their salvation journey that they took with Christ.
Okay. Okay, so are you ready for school?
Well, I'm not going to school.
What? Say what? What?
I'm a homeschooler and my mom is a teacher. So she told me she'll teach me until I finish the entire curriculum. Then I'll choose what I want to become.
Have you ever been to class, to like a school?
Yeah, I stopped when I had finished 1 month in P2.
Do you miss it?
No.
What do you love about homeschooling?
Well, homeschooling, my mom gives me more time to think about what I have to do, and she uses the learner-centered pedagogy.
The what?
The learner-centered pedagogy.
What is that?
How she teaches.
Ah, the learner-centered pedagogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she doesn't use the theory best, so I have to write notes, but she explains.
It's for
And
you
I
to
also use that
understand.
visual.
She uses visual and the explanation for her to understand better. I just learned a lot from you right now.
Thank
I
you.
did. Well, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. And I look forward to hosting you here on the chat room so we can have an extensive conversation about the environment, about what we should do, about your plans as mini Miss Uganda.
Yes.
And congratulations.
Thank
so,
you.
see how I'm sitting? I'm not sitting like a queen, am I? How should I be sitting?
Like this.
Like this. And my legs?
Like this. Cross.
Cross.
And on one side.
On one side, like that.
Yes.
Am I doing it right? And how do I wave? Not
This.
like that. Well, thank you, darling. Thank you for teaching me, and I'll be seeing you very soon.
Thank you.
It's our last episode for 2021, and we're focusing on Christmas. It's just a joyful episode. So again, I say Merry Christmas, and I do hope you spent yesterday in the best place ever.
NBS chatroom.